Guys, let's go very quickly for simple, important illustrations on when we tell our people if you are taking signal with Plan B Express, that you are private mentorship or just future signal group. And this is it. So I will quickly use this as an example. This is Solana. So let's look at Solana, for instance. Let me quickly go to Solana. Okay, I'll have to just take this fast before I come back to it. Now I'm going to use market order. I'll use 20x isolated. And of course, Solana. So I use half of my money. I just buy. So I will come and explain to you, right, how I go about this. And then you can quickly understand how I just did this, okay? Now, this is explanation I need to give to you now. So let me go to where I've sent a signal order. Now, this is an example of when I send signal. If you go to our Telegram group now, if you go either future trading signal or just trading signal arena on Plan B Express, you're going to see this is a signal that was sent, okay? This morning, I sent the signal this morning, and that was to buy Degen, to long Degen. And if you look at it, you see that was a massive long. And another signal that was sent was BTC, to long BTC, I think from 60, before you get to 65, it's about 64,900 and something, thereabout, before you get there and all of that. So that I sent. Now, so let's start from like the Degen. So let's look at the Degen. This is Degen. Degen is almost completing, profit level 2. Now, if you look at it now, this is the explanation I was trying to give. That's about 34% if it completes these two. Now, sometime when a signal is sent, you may have to do your setting in a different ways. Now, look at it. Assuming you enter this signal, fine. If you enter this signal from here, let's say you didn't even enter on time, you enter from here to this point, it's already 10%. If you use 5x, that is 25%. If you use 10x, that is 100%. Okay, 10% times 5, that's 50%. So if you use 10x, so that's 10 times 10, you're going to do 100%. Now, that's how it could have been. Now, if you had entered from here, maybe you got the signal immediately, we talked about it, that would be about 14%. If you use 10x, that's 14 times 10, it's going to give 140. Now, this is the point I try to make here. You're going to learn something very importantly here. Now, let's look at Solana, because I just entered Solana on plan, and I just want to jump in and show you something. Now, look at Solana. I've entered, probably I'll be running on negative now. So I've entered Solana, I'm running about 5% negative. Look at it. Solana open price is here, I entered at 139.47, right? And it's saying estimated liquidation price is 132.67, okay? And then it says I'm in negative about 12 cents, okay? Now, this is what I want to show to you. From where I give the signal, so 139.47 was our entry point. So let me quickly go here. Okay, Solana. So we entered. So now let's say this is when I give you the signal long. See all these items here, so that those of you who are learning, you're going to see them there. Now that means we entered somewhere. That was high anyway. So, okay. So we enter somewhere there. So let's call it that way. Now, stop loss. Let's say I put stop loss, yeah, here. Okay. Stop loss. This 1.4, right? So let's say stop loss 1.4. So ordinarily, when you are trading on your own, or whichever way is this, 1.4. Now, your take profit will always say when you're using risk-reward ratio, should be 1:2. For instance, that will be here. Your take profit should be lost somewhere here. So that means your stop loss, you are saying, I agreed to have about to lose 1.4%. If the market go against my 1.4%, stop me out. So if you use 10x, you're going to lose 1.4 times 10. So that's about 14%, okay? You're going to lose 14% of your asset. And now, if you go your way, so that's going to be how many percent? About 2.82. So times 10, that's going to be 28 something percent. Now, this is exactly what we're doing. So when I talked about, there were some things I did mention that anyone who do not understand. For instance, I said it that, hey, if you know maybe you are in the market, right? Now, first I said, please, if you're a newbie into our platform, also trading and investing, I would advise you do nothing like buy or selling for now, as market is crazily not easy. The best way of avoid heartbreak is in this season is as follows. Number one, don't trade, just be learning. And if you want to practice, you can use your OKES exchange demo trading, both for spot and futures. Then also demo your FX and synthetics on demo account. So you can now see, I'm just telling you that now, when the market is so choppy and everybody's confused, things are happening and all of that, the best is that don't trade. That's the simple explanation of that. If you must trade, I'm going to do a demonstration on separate video. You see how you can demonstrate future, spot, synthetics on MT5 and all the like. I'll do those demo, okay? Now I say trade with very low leverage and lot size for your FX and synthetic. However, the market is issue is actually peculiar with, this issue is actually peculiar with crypto market for now and not FX and synthetics, meaning the turbulence is much with the crypto. For that, you are trading maximum use 5x or 10x, don't use 20, 30, 40, 50x. That's what it means, so that to minimize risk. That's what we're talking about. Now, number three, I say, if you must trade, just target very small short profit. For instance, let's say you enter this trade. Now, you can even, instead of 1:2, you can just say 1:1.5. Do you get it? So you can just say 1.1:5. So if we are looking at 1.1:5, that should be somewhere here, right? That means you are targeting to sell Solana at 142.45, okay? So now, what should I do? Let's go to my exchange, the one I just gambled in now. You can see I'm on 2% profit, right? So now, if we are targeting 142.5, whatever, what do we say? Let's look at it. 142.45. So let's look at it. So I go here, look at the icon for take profit, stop loss, and all of that. So you click on add, okay? You now set take profit. So take profit will say which price? 142.45. Can you see now? So I click what? Confirm. So it's going to confirm. Okay. So in the same vein, I've done this, right? Sometimes this exchange is different. So I just have to do this very quickly. And then other exchange will be different that you can set both at the same time. So what's our stop loss here? So, okay, we say, excuse me. We say our stop loss is at 137.55. 137.55. So I'm going to type. So look at this stop loss. Can you see stop loss? So now at what price? 137.55. So our stop loss. Okay. So we click on confirm. Then you are good to go. Now I just experimented this now, and then you can see trade will be doing whatever. So when you get your profit. Now, there are times, so I would always say something that, like, assuming now, let's go to this guy. Assuming you were on the gen, when I asked everybody to buy the gen, this was what I always explain if you're on a signal group and all the like. You will hear me say this over and over. And, I say, we are riding now. Let me go to the Telegram. You're going to read. I hope you can see. You will see, I say, congratulations, TP1 smash. And now you can adjust SL above BE. But if you only have one position, congratulations, go and rest for now until we find another entry. Now, I know that the market will still continue to go up, but you finding an entry at that time can be very difficult, or when you enter, the market may still want to have a pullback before finding another move. So in that note, so what we normally do is to check a kind of higher high, higher low kind of a thing. And then, so that means you must be a professional trader to be able to do that. Let me go to Degen here. Degen, where is Degen? Okay, here is Degen. For instance, if I was on Degen, all right, at what price we actually entered, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Okay, that's 20858. So let's call it that way. 20858. Okay, so let me just check you something. I told you sometime when you want to, you don't know how to check a higher high, a higher low. Sometimes you can do like this, can go to a line chart. Can go to a line chart. You can see from the bottom where you are probably entered from, it was a straight away movement before we record this one. So this is immediate low. Let's take the immediate low, for instance. Now, when the market was going, obviously was not even going to do any reasonable pullback. And now you ask me, how do you know? If you enable this, you are going to see it. The network a little bit bad. And so there was just a minor correction here, right? There was just a minor correction there. If you go to a lower time frame, probably 15-minute time frame. Was that signal sent on 15-minute time frame? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, good. So let's go by that. 15 minutes. So let's go by 15 minutes. I'm quickly going to do this. Okay, so can you see now? So perhaps we entered from here, somewhere here. So let's see here. Now, the lowest was this. So let's take this. Okay, there was another swing low down here. So if I take Fibonacci retracement and perhaps plot okay, this was the midday swing low. Yeah, thank you. This was the midday swing low. Okay, so now this was the midday swing low, all right? This here was the midday swing low. Now, when the market rally up here and start coming down, you want to plot your graph, Fibonacci retracement, to find where should I be finding another entry to buy. So I can take the Fibonacci off now. Okay, now see what I've done. Now, Fibonacci retracement, before even this is formed, to register a higher high, a higher low, right? Was that it was coming from somewhere before. So I want to see where the market is going to bounce from. And that's what you did. And you're able to find an entry here. So we call it a premium and a Goldie ratio. Okay, it's at discount level. So you see that it was in between 50% Fibonacci level to 0.6. So Fibonacci retracement level. So that means you were waiting. This is the place you will have found an entry, perhaps here or above here. So if that happens, so you will find out that you still do maybe even up onto these, that's about 9%, even before then. So let's say you have done 8%, you do 10x, you're going to be on 40% as it were. Okay. So that's exactly what we're doing. So now when we send a signal to you, okay, you can see the market is crashing down. You know, we just gamble into it. And so don't blame yourself here. So now what I've just said to you was that, because if you look at it, let's look at Solana. Where's Solana? Okay, so Solana is actually already looking at 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so let me take off this so that you can see the structure properly. So We actually took Solana. I didn't send the signal Solana, but Solana from here to here, you have done some profit. So this is a kind of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher. So now let's go by line charts. I'm going to show you something now. Okay. Market structure, market structure, market. So look at it now. When the market begins to change some dimension, you're going to have what they call internal and external structure, as it were. So all of those jargon are there. So now, for anyone who must have fun, look at what I'm going to be showing you here. 15 minutes. So this is this. This is a low. This is a high. Okay. So look at what I'm doing. I don't need to complicate this training. It's just supposed to be instruction. Okay. So here, look at this. And look at this. Okay. I'm going to show you something very, very importantly. And look at this. And look at this. Okay. And then you have this. Okay. There you have this. So now look at what I've just done. There was a low, there was a high, okay, because from this continuation, there was a low, sorry, there was a high. So now this was a low, this is a high, this is a higher low, right? So this is higher low, right? This low, but higher than this. This is higher high. This is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now, look at the challenge here. You are looking at all these. Now, this one start creating internal structure and start creating a kind of high, a kind of lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high. Now, this is what you can count to be the external structure that was coming before. So this is the challenge. The market finally moved up here, which was higher than this. Now, the next you want to have was that this guy here that was higher, ordinarily would have gone higher, this like a fake out. Got to this, about to create an equal high. So now here, if you retrace, you don't want to come down here. You can come down to this point, but you don't want to come down here. So going here and returning back to this point, it's already broken the structure. You understand? This is an external. Now, so you can see our market we enter was the wrong market. Look at it. At least we did this time frame. See what has happened? The market, the structure is broken because now this guy move up and then what happened? Broke this low. There was a high, there was a high. Okay, so I need to just close this trade so that, can you see? It's going to come down. So let's just close, okay? So just say close markets by market order. So that I can do what I'm doing. I will not lose focus, okay? All right. So now, so look at what we're doing. Now, so what has happened is this. See the problem? We have the high here. This is a high. Then this is the low. So let's take this guy. Come on. So we take this guy here. Okay. Okay, so can you see what we have done? Now, I always say when you are looking at it, following this structure, this is 1, 2, 2 high, 1, 2, 2 low, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 high, 1, 2, 2 low. Okay, these are 1, 2, 2 high, 1, 2, 2 low. So that this is the challenge. Look at what has happened now. The market creates a high here and make a low here. You want it to break this and create another higher high. Return perhaps Yeah, even if you break this point, it's not much a challenge, but you don't want it to break this. But unfortunately, what happened? It broke this. So this can become higher high, this can become lower low, right? And now what has happened? The markets create a kind of like a double bottom of a thin like, right? And then, but this is a low. This was not low up to this. Then the market rally up. This is now a lower high. This lower than this. But it got rejected with this, all right, higher low previously. That's a rejection. Then that tends to be market, market structure shift. Okay. So now this is what you're going to do. You now have to pick this now. Look at it. Okay. So we pick this guy. So now what you are waiting for is for this to be broken. Once this one is broken, but ordinarily, you have seen that the market has actually changed. And perhaps maybe instead of longing, you have short from here, okay? You have short from here, and then you want to see this guy break this low. Once he break this low to create another low and rally up again, get rejected from here. Next rejection from here, right? Perhaps we take off this low, and then that may go very crazily down. So, but you can't really say we may have a bounce here. Now, that's one of the things tentatively we could have. So, but now, most time, the market can get here, get supported here, and bounce up, and then take off and return back, as it were. So, but, this is 15-minute time frame. So what I'm trying to say is that anytime we give a signal, that buy and all of that, you can see this guy is still rally up. So congratulations for those of you who were in the trade and you have made a lot of money. Congratulations. Now, when I said, oh, thank God you bought and we're rallying up, I will say, now take profit and move SL above BE. You heard me say that often. That is to say, right now, your entry point was here. The first profit was here. And you see how one or two position open. And I'll show you how you open multiple position on separate this thing. Exactly on COINW and on other exchange. Or some exchange will have to open it on each other. Okay. Let me just gamble something because I'm doing this thing when market has already done massive stuff. So that's why we're having issues here. Okay, so let's quickly do this. If I can have this, what do we have? Let me look at it. The gen, do we have the gen here? Oh, obviously we do not have. So let me see, what can we have? What can we have? Mu, what's Mu doing? Quickly, let me just look at it. I just want to see a market that can open and Mu have been struggling. I will Ethereum, BNB. That was a massive move for BNB too. Notes, Pepe too did a massive move today. With Bonk. Is that Bonk? Yeah, that's Bonk. Wow, Bonk will not make it above weekly close. Just fake out and plumb down again. But that was a good one from today alone. So let's see here. That's about 6% move. Oh my word. Okay, let's check if this guy, but I'm not sure they will have it. I'm not sure they will have it. Let's look at these guys. Okay, so let's quickly look at this guy. So that please, when information are sent, you can maximize it rather than, giving yourself issues. So let me look at the Jen if he's here. Obviously, he cannot be here. Okay, so let's look at the AGX, AGIX. Let me look at when. The pop cards. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, so I just want to find another one. AVAX. Tone. What do we have in tone? But first of all, you're looking at tone, flat pattern, a low, a lower high, a lower low. Okay. Like I told you, you can easily use this to check. So this is the lowest. This is the lowest. You needed to take off this guy for you to now be considering being bullish. If not, this can get up here, crash down. This one become a lower high again. Coin am I going to find? Oh, my word. That was funny for these two guys not to have DGen. And you can see why I have to use BYBIT along with BYBIT and MS Global. Oh, I actually made a very big mistake. I bluffing and then I didn't even remember, going there. So, but I cannot jump in. So, but just to understand the simple thing I've explained, congratulations for anyone who entered this trade. It's very, very fantastic. So we have just closed the second take profit. So from the entry point only today, that's about 34%. So 34%, and if you do 10x, that's about 340%. Now, the next thing I will have to explain to us is this. Okay, so now, if I want to trade, but I have different position open separately. So you can click here when you go to isolated. Instead of merge, you click on split. So any position you open will be separately opened rather than open as one. Okay. Okay. So Eve, I just saw Eve just now. Okay. Evo. I just want to find a token I can make an entry. Now, this is bearish. On AVE itself, I think AVE was that. Okay, so let's look at AGX. AGX. 0 for Pepe. Yeah, Pepe I've done, so it's a move down. It's a rejection and all of that. Okay, so let me go for Pepe, okay? So let me short Pepe. Let me short Pepe here. So Pepe. So I'm going to short Pepe. And then look at what I say. I say you can put it on split. Confirm. And I'll just do small thing for you to see now. So Pepe, I'm going to enter Pepe. At market price. And so let me say 25% of my money, okay? And then you look at it, I said, short Pepe, okay? Now, I've short Pepe. You see right now, I've short Pepe, okay? Yeah, I was not supposed to be shorting Pepe anyway because it's a pullback. So now, I've short Pepe. Oh, Pepe had been dragging. Okay, so let's look at the market running. Can you see Pepe running, right? So now, you now want to short again. That's what we mean by split. The same Pepe at this market price, and I say I'm shorting Pepe, so the same 25%, okay? Come on, do you see something? Oh, okay, 20x, okay. I wanted to say, I didn't even bother to check how many leverage am I using. Okay, so let's say I go, maybe, I don't know if these guys will allow you to use different leverages, but this is split. Okay, so Pepe again, right? Right, short Pepe. Okay, you're not allowed to adjust. Okay, so you have to put it back to 20x for consistency. Can see now where you are trading, they're telling you this is a high leverage you are using. It's not good. Okay. So can you see now? So it's going to be that 25% confirm. Fantastic. So now look at what has happened. You see what has happened now? So you have two positions open the same market, right? So you have two positions open. That's what I mean by split. So now what happened is this. When, just like the case of the gen, maybe you are trading the gen the way it was, right? And now, at the end of the day, the gen has entered good profit. And I say take profit one. So you can now, right? You see what you can do now? You can now go to, so look at like the performance of the gen as it were, okay? So you can now, so where is the gen? The gen. So the gen, man, so congratulations. So I can just even post it. This was massive. Massive. One and two smashed. Okay, so now, so while you are trading, you are not supposed to, okay, you can see we are running on a very much negative. So this comes to where you now have to go to adjust. Look at where you see TP here to take profits and stop loss and all the like. So let's look at Pepe. So assuming I want to take profit on Pepe, maybe back down here. Let's see the previous to here, down here. And I stop loss above here. That means 1187 as my stop loss. 1187 as my stop loss. 1187 as my stop loss. So what is my liquidity price? You see my liquidation price, projected liquidation 119. What? 119. It's my liquidation price, 119. Let's check quickly. Okay, it's up. Okay, so it's above. So where I want to set my stop loss is actually below. So 1182. Let's see 1182 is our stop loss. 1182 as our stop loss. So I click, look at it. Stop loss. I take profit. So price at what? 0.1182. I'm not mistaken. Hey, that's big. That's big. That's one thing with altcoin. You have to get it right. So, but let's look at it. 1182. So let's just everything. 1182. So let me look at that. Take profit. So 1182. Take profit. So I say take profit. So I can take profit one and leave the other one to right. So let's say take profit one would be 1105. 1105. So take profit two can be here, but we can now write it perhaps if you have time. 1105. 1105. So take profit 0.01105. You can see, so if I'm going to do that, that's why you use that your risk reward ratio to measure. So I can say 1005. Let me see, go to 100. 1100 1090, something like this. So 0.01182, 57%. Yeah, so it's cool. Right, you can see now. So I've set take profit, stop loss, and all the like. Okay, for this one. Then I can as well just leave this other one. Okay, do you understand now? So that's to say, I can monitor the trade perhaps. So let's look at it. I can monitor the trade perhaps. Also this EMSF 54. Change this one to red. Work is not. Okay, so it's still a bit delicate, so we need you to cross. Okay, so you can now see the trade is running, right? So, but you just need something crossing down here. Where is this, their line chart? So like that, we say 1-1, okay, we say 1090, something like that. So guys can see now we're already in profit. So we're running on profit 11%, 14%. Do you see now? Okay, so Pepe is running on profit. So that's how you do when oh man, this is crazy. So Pepe is running all right. It's running us on profits already. Can you see? We're running on profit. That makes a lot of sense. Pepe is running on profit. So please pay attention. It's very, very important on how you trade. And then, so you can see the way I split. This one is running 16%. This one is running. Another thing you must pay attention on, you know, there's not enough money here, is that aspect of if you are trading, please, your account you want to be trading. So for instance, you can fund maybe MS Global, MS Global. You can fund 3 accounts, MS Global, COINW, and so MS Global, COINW, and BYBIT. So maybe you have equity of 1,000. You can divide them, can put 400 on BYBIT, put 400 on COINW, and 200 on this. So per time, assign how much you want to allocate to the market. So if it's $100, don't expose the whole money. It's risky. I know sometimes also of you trade, most of you just carry the whole trade. No, don't do that. It's risky. It's a lot risky. Please be very careful how you do all of those things. So don't carry everything to the market and then because you want to just make profit. No, please, it's not welcome. I beg you. Because it's very, 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 very risky. When I mean very extremely risky place. Very important. Don't take everything, okay? You have to one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. So sometimes you just want to do it once and for all. It's not correct. Doing it once and for all. So if you are going to be in negative, it's going to be too harmful. Okay? So this is COINW. So we are running on profits already. So we're running on profits already. And you can see the advantage of setting take profit so that when it hits your profit point, it can take you and then while you are riding the other one. So you see the essence of me setting 2 market, right? 2 market. Okay, please, $100 per time. In fact, I would advise maximum, unless you are trading with much money, so that when you are going to enter into some loss on some position, you won't have too much losses recorded. Does that make sense? Thank you very much. To pay attention to all these things I've just done. Very, very important.